in hold. So we pass to another document. Coming to the next agenda item on the voluntary supplementary contribution to the Intangible Cultural Heritage Fund, which is the subject of the document 12 Rev. During our debates, many of you have stressed the importance of the strengthening capacities for efficiently safeguarding intangible cultural heritage. I also heard a number of times the importance we attach to the contribution of intangible cultural heritage for sustainable development. I am therefore particularly honored to welcome the generous offers of two countries, Brazil and Vietnam, who are proposing to the committee two voluntary supplementary contributions to the Intangible Heritage Fund, which specially address these needs. Before giving the floor to the Secretary, let me, as a chairperson of the committee, express my deepest gratitude to Brazil and Vietnam for their commitment to increase the number of benefiting countries of UNESCO's capacity building strategy and to deepen our collective knowledge of the potential of intangible heritage to serve as a vehicle for the development. I would also like to draw the committee's attention to the fact that this is the first time these two countries are making such contributions to the Intangible Cultural Heritage Fund. By doing so, they not only expand the donor family of the 2003 Convention, but they diversify it and strengthen South cooperation. But let me also make a special mention of Monaco and Turkey, who by the same means supported the creation of photography exhibition on the intangible cultural heritage and its contribution to sustainable development to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the 2003 Convention for the safeguarding of the intangible cultural heritage, whose catalogs are outside the room. I am also very grateful to Japan and China for their contribution to the sub-fund for enhancing the human capacities of the Secretariat. We took a decision inviting contributions to the sub-fund of Tuesday morning, and China signed its contribution letter with the ADG CLT earlier today, and I consider that to be impressive proactivity on their part. Now, if you allow me, I will give the floor to the Secretary for a brief presentation of the document we have before us. Please.
Très très bref, je vous promets, Monsieur le Président. Je veux juste expliquer que c'est un rêve, car la contribution, l'offre du Vietnam n'est arrivée que le 20 novembre, donc c'était après les délais de publication de la décision. Et ces contributions viennent se rajouter, évidemment, au fonds et à l'utilisation du fonds que vous venez d'approuver. Le rapport sur l'utilisation de ces fonds est fait par la directrice générale à l'Assemblée générale des États parties et vous l'avez trouvé à l'annexe 4 du document 11. Par ailleurs, comme nous reconnaissons par rapport, vous aviez pris une décision l'année dernière, la décision 7COM21, qui reconnaissait les autres moyens que les États ont de soutenir la Convention. Nous avons également dans l'annexe 2 notifié au comité tous les soutiens financiers, qu'ils soient en nature ou en fonds, à travers par exemple des fonds en dépôt, que nous avons reçus des autres États. Donc je voudrais remercier tous ces soutiens qui sont vraiment essentiels pour la poursuite de nos activités et bien sûr accueillir avec un grand plaisir de nouveaux donateurs.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, for the explanation. We all pleased that Brazil and Vietnam have put their face in the convention and in the committee. On Monday, we heard that the representative of Vietnam introduced its contribution when discussing item 5C. She presented the contribution of her country as a first response to the recommendations of the evaluation of the convention, which encourages state parties to enhance cooperation with sustainable development experts for integrating intangible cultural heritage into non-cultural legislation and policy development. I think it's fitting that we invite Brazil to say a few words about their vision of how this gift can contribute to the goal of safeguarding intangible cultural heritage. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, most committee members will, all committee members will recall that we made this pledge last year to make a contribution in the amount of $200,000. We're providing this to the capacity building strategy in order to support Paraguay in their efforts to implement the convention at state level, at local. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May we have this draft decision on the screen? Should we proceed approval in the whole or paragraph by paragraph? I think that it is correct to. So, adopted. Thank you very much. So, as far as I understand, the Paraguay delegation is here in the hall. So, yes, as one of the beneficiaries of this decision, would you like to have the floor for 2 minutes? Please, Paraguay.
Sí. Muchas gracias, señor presidente. Señor presidente, señores representantes de los países parte, quiero agradecer en nombre de mi país, Paraguay, por haber aprobado este proyecto de donación del hermano país, Brasil. Paraguay es un país muy rico en expresiones culturales que dan a conocer nuestra identidad como pueblo, nuestra historia, nuestra manera de ser y de decir. Poseemos numerosos idiomas, además del castellano, entre los cuales se destaca el guaraní, también idioma oficial, hablado por más del 90% de la población nacional. Este hecho generoso que hoy ha sido aprobado por ustedes nos permitirá contar con mayores y mejores herramientas para gestionar la salvaguardia del patrimonio cultural inmaterial que poseemos. Por eso no solo quiero agradecer esta donación, además quisiera presentar nuestro compromiso como país de llevar adelante con responsabilidad, pasión, sensibilidad y eficiencia las tareas propias de salvaguarda de nuestro patrimonio cultural inmaterial con la participación activa de la comunidad involucrada, sin la cual estas expresiones no hubieran sido posibles. De nuevo, muchas gracias.
Thank you, Paraguay. So, honorable members of the committee, allow me to encourage other states parties to consider following the example of the countries to which we express our gratitude in the decision we just adopted, but also supporting the human capacities of the Secretariat, created dedicated specifically to the purpose, in particular, of the unprecedented financial constraints faced by the UNESCO regular program. According to the timetable we have with us, so I think that we are approaching to the end of the session today. First of all, I would like to thank all of committee members for very positive and constructive discussion of the documents and the situation which was settled and solved very smoothly. It means that tomorrow, during our discussion of the document concerned with the operational directives for the subsidiary body and consultative body, we already have the decision with us, so it will not cause long discussions and difficulties during the discussion. So let us proceed as we have in the schedule. So, if so, I will propose tomorrow we will work until 1 o'clock, as decided. At 1 o'clock we will have longer break until 4 o'clock. We would arrange buses and the guides to have 1 hour and a half excursion to the old town of Baku, and those who will not join the excursion, they may use this time to walk around the streets, maybe to have their private time. We will resume our work at 4 o'clock, and we will try our best to proceed, maybe even with the questions which we wanted to discuss on Saturday. In this case, we will be a little bit forward, and in this case, if we will manage to do that, and if Secretariat will prepare the documents from Saturday even for tomorrow afternoon session, then we will have chance to finalize our work earlier, and we will announce about that according to the timetable. So, and it will give you a chance to have a little bit more possibilities to rest and enjoy the city. So, please note already that tomorrow, on 6th of December, the Minister of Culture and Tourism of Turkish Republic have a special reception in Fairmont Hotel. You can see this hotel in the window. This is Flame Towers, you see. We call this Flames the biggest, tallest building in the city. So we will arrange the transportation from Marriott from here at 7 o'clock to go directly there. Of course, those who don't want to join, we have optional program with the classical music concert with the international acknowledged directors of the symphonic orchestra program, and so on and so on. So tomorrow, then we will work until 7 o'clock, from 4 to 7, and try to move forward as much as possible. NGOs, please remember that there will be a short debriefing session right now here in this room, and NGO forum as usual tomorrow from 9 to 10. The Bureau will meet again at 9:30, and committee meets at 10 o'clock here in this hall. Thank you to all of you, and have a nice evening. Enjoy your time. Thank you.